Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Anwar Mujahid bin Abdullah. So today I will presenting my research proposal about customer feedback and satisfaction in private sports center. A focus on more badminton sports center. So moving to our next slide, presentation outline. We will cover chapter 1 introduction, chapter 2 literature review and chapter 3 methodology. So, for chapter 1, introduction, we will start with background of study. Sports nowadays are not only about healthy lifestyle, but it is the more than that. Facility of sports are already existed. Facility of sport are already existed everywhere in our country, from the inline to a big city. Even though it may be having some gap of facility quality like customer service, maintenance, and the field or hall standard quality, but it is it it not an uh, obstacle to clarify it as a facility, sport facility. Our government was put an effort to provide a place to encourage people practice a healthy lifestyle. Other than that, our government also insisted to any other private organization or non-government organization to book their facility by their own. It really helped the government to cover all of the region in this country to have the facility of doing sport. At the same time, it may bring more benefit to themselves, such as they can establish their own business, brand, and also good relationship with the related organizations. A private sports center can be defined as a facility operated by a private entity that offer various fitness and recreational service to its member or client. These centers typically provide access to a range of exercise equipment, group fitness classes, personal training services, and amenities such as locker room, shower, and sometimes additional features like swimming pool, spa facility, or sport court. Unlike public sport facilities, private sports centers often require membership or payment for access and may offer a more exclusive environment or specialized service tailored to the needs and preference of their clientele. Eventually, for the user of the facility will have a charge for using it. It might different situation with any public facility under the government. The private organization or sports center have their own objective that help them grow and sustain well the at that sector. So they have to focus on taking care the quality of the facility and also provide the good service to make sure the facility still relevant for customer or user. But many of them not do an evaluate for customer experience well. They only concern of their income and the number of customer using it. Customer experience is the sum total of customers' perception and feeling resulting from interaction with a company product, services, and all touchpoints throughout the customer journey. It encompasses the entirely of the customer relationship with the brand, including pre-purchase interaction, the actual usage or consumption experience, and post-purchase support and engagement. Customer experience extend beyond functional aspect to include emotional and psychological dimension, shaping shaping customer overall satisfaction, loyalty, and advocacy for the brand. This research is obviously to get feedback from the customer and evaluating the data. It is an effort to get know their satisfaction when using the private sport center based on their own experience. So for the next slide, we will move to problem statement. First is lack of emotion satisfaction. Emotion satisfaction of human is according to their own expectation. If the place is totally or certainly reaching their expectation, the customer will conclude that the place is comfortable to them. But if they through a really bad experience while at that place, it totally will trigger their emotion. From research by Fernando, David, and Gabriel 2023 state that peace of mind must be taken into account, which refer to emotional attribute such as experience, ease of process, or advice. Second problem statement is lack of facility satisfaction. Facility is the first attribute that the customer look up. So, according to the studies by Shi, Lai, GHK, Chow, CK, Wong, P, and Edward D. 2021 listed the hierarchy of facility performance measurement, which is the lighting, air conditioning, space, background color, acoustic, and the last one is other facilities. It shows us that to measure the satisfaction of user, it can take any aspect from the facility to be the initial. The satisfaction is so complex. Moreover, it should relate with the human expectation. So next is we will present research objective. The research objective number one is to identify the factor that influence the customer become loyal. Second is to identify the rate of satisfaction from the customer to the selected sport center. Number three is to know the necessities that the great sport center needs from the opinion of customer itself. Moving to the next slide is significance of the studies. Number one is for customer or user. We will enhancing their enjoyment of doing activities when their emotions are happy and positive since they arrive at the place. It will affect their enjoyment or fun while doing activities such as playing badminton. The excitement of doing sports activities can be interrupted by the bad service or bad condition of facilities. Number two is increasing their satisfaction at the sports center. Satisfaction is an appreciable engagement that could be directly regarded as a comprehensive feeling, defined as a function of perceived quality. So the feeling of comfortable when doing activities actually the sign of the satisfy from the customer. The satisfaction of user is so subjective because every user will be giving different feedback. So we move to for private sports center. For private sports center, firstly is to improving their service quality. According to service quality, simply refer to how well service are delivered to the customer. It is by Masayuki Yoshida, Jeffrey D, and James 2010. So they should put the best staff at the front desk, which is the administrator, to give their best service with the great manners. The process will influence the customer perception and become word of mouth. So second is to improving The quality of facility. The facility should have the maintenance schedule to make sure the condition is good and still can be used by the user. When the facilities are not properly managed, it will defect will arise and defect will arise, resulting to their user. The quality of facility must in line with time, technology, and also with the company income. Next, it will be into the chapter 2, which is literature review. Firstly is service quality. In Spain, the market revenue fell by over 25% between 2019 and 2021. This decline was also seen in the number of users, with this sport organization losing roughly 10% of its participants. This demonstrates the importance of this sector in the economy and how organization must reorganize and establish management models that help to better understand the behavior of customer and how through their experience with the service they establish a greater commitment and loyalty to it. It is a statement by Garcia Pascual Fernando para Camaco David and Aguando Berenguer Sergio in 2023. According to S. Abadiado and D. Tadorakis, sport center management will influence the user behavior and giving the loyalty of them to one's place. It is important to giving the best service start from the top management to the ground staff services. The fast response must come with the information, understanding, or information reach level to the customer. It is to prevent from any misunderstood or conflict with the customer. Information always has to be updated time by time, such as the number of an available code and the time of availability. In a study which set out the determine service quality by Rosita 2014 found that operation quality get highest mean score which is included with the factor of the up-to-date information is available on the spot complex activity and event. It has support statement that an updated information is needed to being confirmed it was reached to customer. So we move to second term is facility quality. The management should have their own training from many aspects to maintain the facility quality and also to improving it time by time according to the change of technology and others. It also makes sure their place and service that they offer still relevant to use by the user. The indoor sport like badminton and others are more preferable by the customer because the facility is unaffected with weather condition for the customer increasingly become more popular among the public. It is a statement from Rui Zi Yang Zubi, Jin Hui Yang, and Xiaozi Zhang in 2021 research paper. The indoor facility must take a look at indoor air quality, which is IAQ. The large crowd at the same time can make the pollution worse. So the facility must have a great ventilation to make sure the customer comfort and safety are guaranteed. The ventilation will help to reduce pollution and decrease the heat that come out from human. Air pollution can also affect the customer's performance. It is stated by Rundle and Caviston in 2008 and 2012. Therefore, it is particularly important to ensure good IAQ in sport building. This design used to standard namely BWF standard and ASHRAE by A.M. Hanifa 2018. The standard not only emphasize on airflow, but they have many aspects to adapt on badminton sports center. From the benefit standard, 0.2 meter of incoming wind flow that is allowed, minimum 500 lux, green wall color or blue, floor to ceiling height is 9 meters and others more standard condition for badminton hall or sports center. So we move to our next term is customer experience. Customer experience is the sum total of customer perception and feeling resulting from interaction with a company product, services, and all touchpoint throughout the customer journey. The customer experience also oriented from the utilitarian view of the service or utilitarian consumption. Example, what is actually desired from that services. They come to the conclusion that consumer emotional and cognitive response to service are shaped by their service experience. So by Garcia Fernandez and Sonudo Corrales, in their work analyzing the experience of an age group in private sports center conclude that emotional experience lead to greater loyalty behavior in this member. According to certain studies, the utilitarian form of consumption provided by the service encounter result in a feeling of safety and peace of mind that satisfy the client. Experience with the service acquire influence, consumer customer satisfaction, and the engagement of customer towards the sport service has a direct relationship with customer satisfaction. So we will have a next slide, which is a conceptual framework. In this conceptual framework, is consumer framework is the document that explain either graphically or in narrative form the main thing to be studies and the key factor, concept or variable, and the presumed relationship among them. According to this framework, the independent variable that have a direct impact on the customer experience are facility quality, service quality, and equipment availability. So, facility quality describe the state and suitability of the actual physical space where sports are played. The contact and services rendered by the personnel, including their professionalism, responsiveness, and general service delivery, are all included in the concept of service quality. And equipment availability refer to how easily and sufficiently customer may access badminton equipment. Within this paradigm, customer experience serve as a mediator based on their interaction and experience with the sports center amenities, services, and equipment. It capture the general impression and emotion of the customer. Since customer satisfaction is the study ultimate dependent variable and is predicted to rise with a favorable customer experience, it is important. The sports center ability to either meet or exceeding customer expectation can be measured by their level of satisfaction. So customer satisfaction is critical to the longevity and development of the business since it increase the likelihood that customer will return and refer others to the facility. So we will move to chapter 3 with methodology. For this study, we'll use quantitative research, which is using a questionnaire or survey method. Quantitative method suitable to examine the relationship between customer experience and customer satisfaction on service, facility, and equipment availability. It is also more acceptable to be applied at the sports center. There are such important reason why this study choose quantitative research. One of the reason is it can help to avoid focusing on remote phenomena or marginal cases. So, quantitative method can give an overview of the study domain and describe each thing that are very different from each other on a macro level. To get a relevant statistic data, this study will get more than 30 respondents at the research area that have been decided. So we will go to sampling. Sampling. Quantitative research is really needed to do a sampling. It is where they determine the group of people before selected become their respondent. The response is collected and analyzed to judge overall satisfaction, identify strength, and pinpoint weakness for improvement. It is to make sure the respondent easier and save the time to answer this questionnaire in actual time. So next is we'll move to population. By Siti Noain Zakinuddin 2023 report that 314,000 people live in Muar as of 2020. This figure will contribute to the research dependability because it indicates a higher percentage of excellent response rate. And according to the age group data from the Rosita studies, 71% of the population is made up of people between the age of 15 and 64 years old. When data collection begin, the research may obtain a balanced number and confident for each age group based on the age group. Next slide is instrumentation. The question content is related to service quality, facility quality, equipment availability, and overall satisfaction that they already explained itself. The example that may be suitable to apply is more on Likert scale question like service quality, facility quality, satisfaction, and others is demographic also. This kind of question need the respondent to tick the answer either they are very dissatisfied to very satisfied, whether another three choice is dissatisfied, moderate, and satisfied. The demographic part is will use either multiple choice or close and question. And for the additional question for the customer is actually about the improvement that they want to suggest to increasing the quality of the sports center, and also open to the give some comment about that 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 part. So questionnaire can be self-administered or will interface from the researcher also. The research will guide the customer or respondent. So next is data collection procedure. Data collection procedure number one is to define research objective. Number two is determine target population and sample size. Number three is questionnaire development. And number four is set a realistic timeline. Number five is to pilot testing. Number six is final questionnaire preparation. Number four number seven is administration. Number eight is data collection. Number nine is data management analysis. And number 10 is report the finding. So we'll move to our next slide is which is data analysis. Although the raw statistic number are already provided by the Google form, we have used the program to transform the data into something practical. So calculating variable frequency and variance among variable may be part of the data analysis process. Both the descriptive and inferential statistical category will be examined in this study. The information will gather is described using descriptive statistic, which include the most regular category, average, and range of value. For every survey item, this include a statistic like the mean, median, mood, and standard deviation, and also frequency distribution. The confirmatory factor analysis was established using statistical studies conduct with the aid of SPSS software. Using the sample data, inferential statistic will be utilized to draw a conclusion about the population as a whole. We will use a method like the t-test and ANOVA to find meaningful difference between the groups. The ANOVA is used to examine variance in facility satisfaction rating over various user duration, and the t-test is really helpful in comparing mean satisfaction and value between different demographic groups. Correlation analysis also is one last approach. This analysis aims to investigate the correlation among various variables. For instance, the overall user happiness will be impacted by the sport center facility, whether they are excellent or not. The relationship between overall satisfaction and other factor or variables are going to be evaluated via person correlation. So that's all from me as a researcher for this research proposal. I hope this will be clear, and this thesis will be become a very good output in the future. Thank you.